Computer audio. No. Mute.
Hello.
Mary, how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
Good. Val, how are you?
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mary.
Hello, Val.
Good. Rick Colon, how you doing? Sal Scancarello, what's going
Mike,
on?
how are you, bud?
Oh,
Good.
there's Sal. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
I see there's a black screen where the supervisor's supposed to be. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he's out shoveling still.
Well, at least we got some work out of him.
Well, hello, everyone. Good evening.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Look at
my.
that.
Oh, Mr. Nugent, how are you?
Hey.
Oh, Tony.
Hey, just got back in from shoveling, Sal. Good lead-in. Thanks, pal.
There it is. That's some hat.
The heck is that on your head?
All good.
All good.
Look at that live snow in the background behind
All right.
Mr. Nugent. That is
Oh,
quite
yeah,
the
you know,
backdrop.
I'm just sitting out here, a little chilly, but
Well, you must be in the Midwest because it's still light out or wherever you are, you know?
Yeah.
You're certainly not in California with those flakes falling.
All right. I'm at 7:01. So I guess I'll get started. Can we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes.
I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance
To the flag
To
of
the flag
the United
of
to
the
the
States
United States of
States,
America,
and
to the
to the
republic
to the
republic
republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
liberty,
and justice for all.
for all.
All right.
Hey, Mary.
Oh, hello, Mary Ellen. How are you?
Hello, Mary Ellen.
Hi, guys.
All right.
How are you?
Hey,
I want to make a motion to open the town board meeting first for February 1, 2021.
I'll make that motion.
Bingham to second.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Clone Eye,
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
McGinn,
Okay, so moved. Just give me a sec. Basically, the reason I want to do that is I wanted to include in the minutes the passing of Mary Shea Cornaby. Shea was known around town as a real sweetheart. She passed away last week from not from COVID, and she was the wife of former town councilman Bert Cornaby. Bert was around from the mid-70s to I think the early 90s. Bert was very involved with George Pataki, but Shea was really involved in our senior center, and she will be missed. I spoke to her family on Thursday after her passing, and I know that Mike was very friendly with her as he was her neighbor. So if we could just have a moment. Do you want to say anything, Mike?
Yeah, just, and I'm sure Mary Ellen, growing up on High Ridge, knew Shea, all you know, was just a wonderful person, and you know, very, very supportive of myself, you know, and Tony when we ran the first time, and really wanted to see change come about in the town and on the board, and wanted to kind of get back to where it was, you know, prior to some previous administrations. So just a wonderful person, sharp as tack, and a lovely person to speak to, and a depth of historical knowledge. Whenever I had the opportunity to sit with her, and she'll be sorely missed. And she was missed when she moved off High Ridge a couple of years ago. But I'm
Hey, Mary
happy
Ellen,
that she's with Bert, and has moved on.
yeah, Mary Ellen, I don't know if you know the story because I just found this out the other day from Bill Scully. So when she moved on High Ridge, her first name is Mary, her middle name is Shay. And when she first moved there were like 5 or 6 women on the block named Mary, and she wanted none of it to get confused. So she said, just call me Shay.
Yes, she lived directly behind my family. We were neighbors probably for 52 years.
Wow.
Wonderful woman. And you'd never meet, everybody who would speak of her would speak very highly of her. She was a wonderful woman.
Yes, yeah. So anyway, if we could just have a moment of silence. Okay, thank you. All right, so we still have some calendars left. That's our first order of business under community announcements. They're available on if you email nlombardi@monroeny.org, or you can call the office 783-1900 and purchase a calendar. Sal, Small Business Initiative.
Tony, do you want to, on those calendars, do you want to have some of those calendars dropped off at Love Bites and we can have that fine?
Yeah, we
family
were actually going to
stuff
do that
in there?
today because we spoke last week, but I don't think you were open today.
We were not open today, no, but they are going to be open tomorrow. You can't go 2 days in a row without one of them shakes.
No.
So
All right.
they will be open.
All right.
So if you want to run some calendars over there,
Yeah, I'll
I'm sure
run
that
some
fine
over.
family will
Yep.
sell them for you guys.
I'll run some over hopefully in late morning, early afternoon.
Okay, great.
All right. We have 2 blood drives coming up. We have one on Friday, February 5th from 12 to 6 p.m. That is at the YMCA, and that's sponsored by Senator James Skoufis. Appointments are preferred, so if you have to call 800-933-2566. Make an appointment for that one. And the same goes for the blood drive on Saturday, February 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's at the Monroe Volunteer Ambulance Corps on 100 Ramapo Street. And it's actually the same number, 800-933-2566. And there's a note, and this I would be for both of them. Please remember to eat, drink, and bring your donor ID card or ID with the name and photo on them. Okay. Next announcement, clothing and houseware collection, which is benefiting the Sunshine Boutique and Sacred Heart. Town Hall foyer is inundated with donations. We're gonna cut it off tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the last day anyone can drop off housewares, clothing to benefit the Sunshine Boutique at Sacred Heart. There's 2 students, Natalie DiLorenzo and Sierra Walsh, who've organized this. They did a great job with the food drive that we had in the latter part of 2020. There's a bin in the upper level of Town Hall to drop anything off. And if you have, if you need more information on the Sunshine Boutique, please visit sacredheartchurch.org/Sunshine Boutique, and Sun is spelled S-O-N.
Tony, what time is Town Hall opening tomorrow?
We're opening at 10 o'clock tomorrow. We have a delayed opening. And if things are, not to where it's safe for people or relatively safe, we'll delay it a little more, but everybody should be in by 10.
Okay.
Okay. First item on the agenda for public hearings is the continuation of the public hearing for proposed local law number 3, amendment to chapter 57 of the town code to regulate rental properties and transient housing. I'll make a motion to open that public hearing.
Cologne,
I'll
second.
make that motion. I'll second it if Rick, opens or
Okay.
makes a proposal.
All right, call a question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Can I?
Okay, so moved. Mike, I know you and I kind of spoke to Max. I don't know if you just want to reiterate that, Max is working on this and should have it completed by the next meeting.
Yeah, I think that's the chapter 14, Tony. We're talking about the local law 3, the transient housing. Is that what we're talking about, or?
Yeah, no, the same, because if you remember last meeting, you had suggested we circle him in on it. And
Oh,
he-
yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So if nobody has anything to add, we're just gonna hold that off till.
Supervisor, if we, just for the record, we should ask the public anyway, since it's a public hearing.
Yep,
So for those that are in attendance on the attendee list, if you do wish to comment on this particular public hearing about the rental properties, you can click on raise your hand. This is not general public comment, but just specific to this public hearing. So I do not see any hands raised at this point, Supervisor, so we can move to continue.
okay. So well, I will make a motion to keep open the continuation of the public hearing for a proposed local law number 3, amendment to chapter 57 of the town code to regulate rental properties and transient housing.
I just state a date and time for the record.
Yeah, February 15th, 7 PM or immediately thereafter.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay. So moved. We need a motion to open up the continuation of the public hearing for proposed changes to Article 14 of the Town of Monroe zoning local law.
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a
I'll
second?
second.
You seconded, call the question?
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Can I?
So
So,
moved.
yeah, just real quickly, Max is putting the finishing touches on this, and we should have a draft ready for the next regularly scheduled town board meeting.
Okay.
The planner.
And no hands raised, Supervisor.
How many people do we have on, Brian? Because I don't see anybody.
There's a 7 that are on, wait, hold on, I'm on the wrong list. Yeah, 7.
Are they on a different feed or?
They're on the, you might have to click on participants on the bottom for your screen, and there should be
Oh, I
attendees and
gotcha. I see
panelists.
it. Yep, I gotcha. Sorry. Normally they come up on my screen and I could toggle over, but I guess they're on via phone.
Well, there's 1 caller, and then we have 6 logged in.
Okay. All right, good. All right. Okay, so that said, I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing for the proposed changes to Article 14 of the Town of Monroe zoning local law.
To February
is
15th?
February
Same time?
15th, 7 PM or immediately thereafter.
Supervisor, that should be the 16th, I believe.
Yes, the 16th. Monday is a holiday.
Right? My mistake.
President's Day. You have presidents?
Yeah, the 16th, correct. Okay. So I'll change that to the 16th. We're gonna have to go back and also change the prior one. So let's finish this out. So I have a motion, 7 PM, February 16th or immediately thereafter.
I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Can I?
So moved. So if we go back to the prior public hearing regarding chapter 50, the amendment to chapter 57, local law number 3, of the town code to regulate rental properties and transient housing and make the correction for February 16th at 7 PM or immediately thereafter for that public hearing to continue.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay. So moved. Public hearing number 3, continuation of public hearing regarding the petition to amend zoning ordinance Monroe Nininger LLC. I'll make a motion to open that.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay, so moved. Nothing new has come before us on this. So, I mean, I would like to put this off, maybe 2 months, because I don't see anything coming before us. So,
Just really as a reminder, this is really about a changing the height in the in the HI district, the building height
From
that
40 feet to
for a
50
project
feet.
that's currently before the planning board. So
Planning
we're asking the planning board to do their review, and upon completion of that, we will take up the local law at that time.
all right, so I'd like to make a motion to continue that. Well, Brian, you want to ask if anybody has any comments?
There's no hands raised, so I mean, it's the same process if anybody wants to speak on public hearing, but no hands raised at this time.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to keep open the continuation of public hearing regarding the petition to amend zoning ordinance Monroe's Nininger LLC for April 5th at 7 PM or immediately thereafter.
I'll second. Bingham to second.
Okay, call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Begin,
Cancarello, aye.
aye. Oh, sorry, begin, aye.
All right.
A little quick on the trigger there, sorry.
That's good, that's good. Okay, so that being said, order the claims. First order of claims is a general fund abstract. Be it resolved that the town of Monroe requests the approval of abstract number 21-02, general fund containing checks 26538 through 26658, totaling $456,888.88, and wire transfers containing check number 330 and 331, which total $40,105.52. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay, so moved. Item 5.2, escrow abstract. Make a motion, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe request approval of abstract number 21-02, escrow containing checks number 1949 through 1959, totaling $33,596.12.
Cologne, second.
Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay, so moved. Then we have hold on. We have a bond, road opening abstract for bonding. So all these have been cleared with the planning board secretary. So their road opening abstract is 21-01 for $5,000, containing checks number 1291 and 1292, and those were refunds for the openings for Brock and Mann Associates and Lemberg Realty Management. Brock and Mann Associates was 2,000, Lemberg and Mann was 3,000. So I'll make that motion.
Bingham to
second.
second.
Bingham the second, call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay. Next up is the acceptance of minutes from January 11th, 2021.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Any changes, alterations, corrections, thoughts? Call the question.
Bingham, I.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay, so moved. Next up, Brian, we have Jack and Steve Thaw. If you can unmute them, bring them into the conversation. Jack is doing an Eagle Scout project. It's going to be for Town Hall. And I'll let Jack give us the project overview, and if anybody has any questions. I've met with Jack and Steve early last weekend. And project sounds like it's on target, and another great one that will benefit the town of Monroe residents and the town hall.
Okay,
Jack, go
Jack
ahead.
is here.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Jack Thaw. I am a Life Scout in Troop 440, Monroe, New York, and I'm here to propose my Eagle Scout project. The project will consist of the construction of 5 handicapped accessible wood picnic tables that are compliant with the American Disabilities Act to be placed on the rear deck of the Monroe Town Hall. The tables are the same design as the O&R Park and Monbassia Park in case they need to be moved for events such as truck festivals and things like that. Each table will have a small plaque in the mid of each table indicating that it is an Eagle Scout project. Additionally, I'll be planting 31 Green Mountain boxwood bushes approximately 15 to 18 inches apart, in height, 2.5 feet apart, evenly spaced out around the perimeter of the patio, which is approximately 77 inches in length. I'll also be planting 3 Colorado blue spruce trees, as discussed with Mr. Cardone, of changing from the original plan from Norway spruce trees in the area in front of the windows in the new courtroom for privacy. Let's see. Finally, I'll be arranging to have a memorial perpetual plaque made with 24 plates for engraving the names of first responders who were residents of the town of Monroe and died in the line of duty, regardless of what department in which they served. The number of plates for engraving can be increased if needed, but we'll see depending. I'm contacting the town historian, James Nelson, in the Orange County FOP to find out how many names we need for the plaque.
I know that, did you speak?
Project.
Jack, that's great. Did you speak with Councilman McGinn too, because of his being the president of the FOP Lodge?
Yes, I will be contacting. We had a few, and he told me that he has a few names, and he will be giving them to me.
Oh, great. Okay. That's good.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions?
Jack, you gonna start this tomorrow?
He's only kidding,
That
Jack.
might be a little tough.
Jack, I'm only kidding. We're all here to help, Jack. It sounds like a wonderful project, and you guys in Monroe are doing a heck of a job, and we appreciate all of it. So we're all here to help. And it seems with us, it's all hands on deck always to help you guys.
Okay, thank you.
And Jack, if you could just shoot me an email to my town email, that's mmcginn@monroeny.org.
Okay.
Or you can give me my cell's on the website. You can give me a call, and I'll set up a meeting. We can sit down and talk. And again, very, very happy that you're doing this. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and great job and a great project. Can't wait to see it. What's your time frame for being completed? I think you may have said it. I'm sorry if I missed it.
The spring of this year.
Spring of this year. Beautiful.
The tables, me and my troop will be building offsite at my house, and when springtime comes, we'll be planting the trees and the boxwoods.
Great. That's fantastic. Thank you.
We will be calling 811 before we dig, because that's we have to make sure.
Good idea.
Thank you.
And as I said, it sounds like a wonderful project. That area could use a little sprucing up. It's kind of Hasn't had anything done to it since we've opened the town hall there, so this will be a nice improvement. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a few photos if you want, if you'd like to see, the area of where you'd like to do it.
Yeah, Brian, is there a way he can share them other than holding them up to the screen?
I just gave him the capability. If he wants to hit on share a screen, he can do that.
All right, great.
Sure, let's see him, Jack.
Sure.
Okay, so we have here can you see it?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay, let me just make sure it's, okay, so this will be, the first tree will go up in front towards the sidewalk, and the 2 trees will be on each side of it to show for both windows, because there's 3 windows in between here. And that's what it'll look like without, like that. Each here is 41 feet, this is 31 feet, and this is 5 feet, so it'll be 31 boxwoods surrounding this area. And Mr. Cardone talked about having a small pathway right here, for people to be able to exit the area in case, this is a better side view of the area. So the boxwoods will start here and move across to there. The picnic tables will go here around, and then if they wanted to, they can be moved because they are the same exact design as the O&R Park and Monbassia Park Eagle Scout projects. That's a better view of the deck, and that's another photo from the deck. These are the boxwoods that we planted. We are getting them from Jansen's nursery. So they are around this height. So thank you. And the plaque is a rosewood plaque with, again, 24 plates, and we will be deciding later on what the header plate will say. And that is that's what I have.
Right.
Great, Jack.
Thank you.
Great. Hey, Jack, are those boxwoods, are they deer resistant? If there's anything
They
such
are
as.
deer resistant.
Very dear Zach. In the front of the house, they're great.
And the legs of the tables will also be pressure treated in case, again, they have to be moved to such, like on a grass where it could be wet.
Right, great.
Thank you.
Great choice on the boxwoods, because
Hey, Jack, do you have all your fundraising lined up?
The fundraising will be mostly and donations. There won't be any there won't be any pancake breakfasts because of COVID. So it'll be mostly just car washes and other donations.
Okay. Like I said, if you need help, we're here.
Okay, thank you.
absolutely.
Yep.
Anyone else? Okay. Jack, you got virtual school tomorrow?
No, they called it a few hours ago that schools are closed for
Oh,
today.
wow.
Snow
Tomorrow.
day.
I noticed
Okay.
that about 7:30 when my kids, or 7 o'clock when my kids just ran through the house. So I figured there was no school tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for a great presentation, Jack. Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve. I know Jack's father is on the thread as well, so.
Yeah, really, that's sounds like a great project. We're really looking forward to it. And again, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to give you some of that information that you need for the plaque. And Mr. Dow, thank you very much. Appreciate raising such a fine young man that wants to do this for the town. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. McGinn. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but you don't get all the credit, Steve. You know, his mom gets a little credit too.
We'll give her a little.
Oh, Mom gets all the credit. Let's not get crazy. Let's not put them both in the doghouse here. Come on.
Yeah, this is true.
Mr. Cardone, if there is any time that later on, I know we can't because we're online now, about signing off on the project book.
Yeah, you let me know what is good for you and I'll make myself available.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jack.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the dial-a-bus and alcohol testing policy. We need a authorization for approval of this and for the supervisor to sign. This was, it's the same policy that's, that we've had with Dial-A-Bus. This was done in conjunction with our IMA with Warwick and Jen Crover and Don Pasculo from Town of Monroe, Dial-A-Bus. So can we get a motion in a second?
We need a motion for you to sign the agreement, or how should the motion read?
Yeah, I've signed these in the past. So,
You can just do the motion to approve the policy and authorize the supervisor to sign it.
right.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the policy and authorize the supervisor to sign the agreement, the policy.
Cologne, a second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay, so moved. Okay. I'd like to table the Arrow Park agreement because I want to discuss something in executive session. So I just want to not table it. I just want to rearrange it on the agenda. So we're going to jump over to item 7.4. Proposals for 2020 electronic recycling. Mary Ellen received a quote from Confidential Shredding for 2 recycling days, one April 23rd, which is the clean sweep day, and the other for October 29th, which is the Saturday before Election Day, when we traditionally have done that. So the
Tony?
23rd, the 23rd will
It's-
be,
The 23rd is the drop off for the boxes. The actual date is the 24th of April.
right, I'm sorry, right, my mistake. And the same goes for the 29th. 29th is the drop off, and the 30th is when they're filled. And then
I
they'll-
do have a question for the
Yep.
town board. Being this is clean sweep, normally when we've done the electronic recycling, Advance drops the boxes at the highway garage and it's been done there, and they pick them up the next day. My question is, are we gonna have these big containers that they drop off brought to the clean sweep site by our highway and then
So,
brought
yeah.
up back?
So what's happened in the past is highways just taking the trucks over because they felt it was easier unloading them from whatever recycling of electronics are dropped off at Clean Sweep. I think they felt it was easier doing that, but I always leave it up to them, however they want to do it.
Okay, good.
So we need a motion to approve. Approve the proposal
Costs
from.
associated with this?
Excuse
Or
me?
is this all a grant? Maybe Mary Ellen could answer. Is this the grant again?
No, there hasn't been any grants since the last one we received. The state hasn't had any grants for this stuff.
Okay,
And we are required by law to have this at least once, the electronics. We're supposed to, the town is supposed to hold one.
okay.
Another unfunded mandate from the state.
Yeah.
Shocking.
So can we get a motion in a second?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Again, I.
Okay, so moved. All right, item 7.5, under new business, Water District 12 project cost amendment. Mary, you want to discuss that?
Well, it seems when the EFC started to go over the paperwork, they saw we needed some extra money because it was $60,000. I think it was a typo, a 6 kind of looks like a 0. But anyway, you did a lot of research and you found out we actually could bond more. Not that we're going to use the entire amount,
Correct.
but it's possible we can bond the $600,000 additional, which would give us a grand total of $2,100,000. So you spoke with, I forgot the gentleman's
I
name.
spoke with Bill Jackson from Hawkins, Delafield and Wood. They're our bonding counsel. And
Right.
Bill informed me that that we can up it to 2.1 million. I don't see us using anywhere near that extra 600,000.
No, neither do
We've
I,
had
but it's,
discussions with Sean Arnott and Lyle Shute from Magui Hauser and Edsel, and it's just a safety factor there, and it's best to do that than having to go back and possibly, do another amendment.
right. So I guess we need a motion to allow for the additional bonding of 600,000. I think there's a resolution in our packet, but I just don't know where to start reading.
Yeah, you have a resolution from bond council. It's
Yeah, the
before the
resolution.
board. You don't
Go ahead,
have to
Brian.
read the resolution. It's up to the board. I mean, as long as you have it before you. I know it was in the
Okay.
packet. I know it's
Right.
kind of long, but, or if you want to sum up any portion of it, you can do that under the be it resolved portion.
Okay, so basically, as I said before, we already bonded 1.5 million. This is just an additional 600,000 to make sure we meet all the requirements that the EFC might meet. So as I said, this is just a resolution saying that we approve the additional 600,000.
Mary, I'm just gonna read the quick paragraph. And
Okay.
Mary Ellen can put that in the minutes. Bond resolution of the town of Monroe, New York, adopted February 1, 2021, appropriating 600,000 in addition to the 1.5 million heretofore appropriated for the increase and improvement of facilities of Water District Number 12, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is 2.1 million, and authorizing the issuance of bonds of the town in the principal amount of not to exceed 600,000 in addition to the 1.5 million in bonds heretofore authorized to finance said additional appropriation. So Mary made the motion. We have a second.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Can I?
Okay.
And
So
just
moved.
as a matter of public notice, I do live in this water district.
Okay. All right, item 7.6, I added this to the agenda because I had some conversations, and this wasn't, with John Call representing the village. John Call is the, person who oversees the water supply of Cromwell Hill Commons. They just recently had to do an in-kind, renovation over there or improvement. They had to upgrade the tanks. The tanks were, past their life. John actually showed Mike and I a video of the water after it was drained because they were going to recoat the inside of the tanks. After the water was drained, it was actually bubbling up from the ground into the tank. So they had to replace the tanks. The Cromwell Hill Commons Public Water Supply is supply number 3520965. And since it's a public water supply, I would like any fees associated with our building department, who has requested an application, be waived.
I think it's fair to the residents. As you said, this is something that's in kind. It's not that they're changing the size, like increasing it. So I think
Yeah.
it's only fair that the fees be waived, if there are any fees.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Supervisor.
And Bingham to second?
Yep, okay. Call the
This
question.
town, this tank is owned by the village?
No, it's owned by Cromwell Hill
ours.
Commons.
Oh, it's ours, okay.
No, it's not ours.
The residents.
Oh, it's the resident?
It's the residents.
Yes.
Okay, call the question.
Aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Can I?
Okay, so moved. Item 8.1 under old business, assessor's office car lease, a car lease. Oh, geez. Councilman Cologne, do you want to discuss what you had researched?
You gotta unmute yourself, Rick.
There we go.
I
There
don't
you
have a
go.
button, I don't have a
Everyone,
button like that in town hall when you come up. What's up with that?
Oh, jeez.
I'll give you a personal mute button. You can mute me. I gave to everyone copies of the guesstimates. I call them guesstimates because the bids and everything that I had gotten was from January. Now it's February. So sometimes these amounts change ever so slightly, or they may add to them or whatever. The bids I gave, one was for a plug-in hybrid. If you have the copies in front of you. That was a Ford Fusion 2020. Those are expensive, but the reason I didn't go with complete electric is that we do not have the plug-in stations yet because the grant money is yet to be released by the state. So I gave a plug-in hybrid, which means you can drive it as a regular car. And then once you get the plug-in, that would give it a range of like 40 miles to the gallon. Another one I gave was for Ford Escape Sport. And you can see that price was 21. I gave an approximation of the breakdown again, because there was $3,500 rebate check in that. And that gives around 34 on the highway, 26, 27 city. Okay, your warranty on that is 36 and 36. And I gave you the breakdown for the dollar amount right there. Hold on, let me get that. Hold on. And then I gave a another one for Ford Fusion, for a Kia, and that was a Kia Soul. That was the cheapest one. You have a breakdown of price. Where is that one now? And the reason I gave the Kia Soul, that is a four-wheel drive vehicle. It has a 10-year warranty. Can't even get my sheets back. It has a 10-year warranty. Its price is $257, as you can see. And it's a 36-month lease. Now, they are made in Alabama. It's
Okay.
not an American company, but I figured, let me give you two Fords, a selection of a hybrid, an economy car, and the other two Fords are front-wheel drives. They're not four-wheel, but our assessor, they're not going to be going out in this weather, I don't think. So mostly they're basically on regular ground. And
So Rick, the Escape is a the Escape is it just a front wheel drive? It's not all wheel?
front-wheel drive, four-cylinder, and still gets about 34 miles to the gallon. And right now there's $3,500 off on that. So what were we paying for the Jeeps? About 400 each a month?
No, 350 and change. And I had gone out and gotten a quote on the Jeeps currently, and it was like 322.41, and I believe it was about 2,100 down
Ooh.
for the Jeeps. So
Right, these vehicles are substantially less.
yeah,
You know, they don't go out that often. I figured a smaller vehicle. I don't know. I think the Kia is probably dollar for dollar, probably the best value. But I don't know how everybody feels about buying
yeah, I don't.
that make.
Yeah, I know we passed, this goes back a ways. We had like a Buy American
Yeah.
law that we
Right.
passed back some time ago. So I don't know. I remember there was percentages of the content of whatever the product was. I just forget what those
Gets
are off the top of my
complicated,
head.
yeah.
just keep in mind that those numbers for the two Jeep Cherokees that we got, those were all
Included
inclusive
maintenance.
of maintenance. Everything was included with those, That's why they were typically a little higher, but we figured that would, work out for us in the long run. And we have a pretty low residual for the buyout at the end of those vehicles. The other thing is, I know we were looking that while the car would be primarily used by the assessor, it is a fleet vehicle that can be used by the clerk's office, the supervisor's office, by someone else if they needed to go somewhere instead of using their own car. You know what I mean? Just to keep that, in mind.
Well, I just wanted to give you the complete range of the type of vehicles that are out there. And if you want to go front wheel, four wheel. Now the Ford Escape, if you go four-wheel drive, that would be another 1,800. And that would be about another $25 a month.
And that's a lease, Rick, or is that
That would be on the lease that I gave you, a lease price and a buy price.
okay? Yeah, I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry. My phone doesn't,
No,
for some reason, I'm not getting my emails. I got to talk
You're
to
not getting your, okay.
Jen tomorrow.
I mean, it's just a guide. I mean, it depends on what everybody's going to be comfortable with. Jeep is owned by Fiat. I mean, blurred. So what can I tell you? I mean, Dodge is owned by whoever would have thought that,
Rick, we have two board members that are probably very happy that they're owned by Fiat.
I'm not going to touch something, but that's okay. But no, they've been, reasonable cars, but I just figured we could save some money on this. It depends on what the board feels like doing. Again, I would have preferred going with the electric. We don't have the stations in. Electric is very limited right now.
Yeah.
I think in another 5 years, you'll have a lot more vehicles and you'll have greater range.
Yeah.
That is either a hybrid or a regular economical gas car at this point.
I don't think we have to make a decision tonight. I mean,
No,
if
I
we
mean,
wanna-
I just,
We want to ponder it, maybe do a little more research and then maybe do something at our next meeting.
yeah, I'll have everything, because don't forget, again, it's the 1st of February. They may have made changes once again. So sometimes they increase what they're going to give out, or they'll give a better lease price or whatever.
The program prices.
Yeah, the programs change month to month with
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
It depends if you want me to get something larger or something with a 4x4, I can do that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I just, for safety's sake, in case whoever is using it is out and, they're driving up to a conference in Albany or something like that. Something with all-wheel drive would be, preferable only for, safety's sake, but that's just my feeling. I don't,
Well, the small Kia Soul has lane keep assist and emergency stop. So it has a lot of safety features in it, plus the 10-year warranty. I don't think how you can go wrong on that.
Yeah.
It's a
I
shame
own a Kia. They're
prefer buying
nice
American
cars.
now.
Yeah. Again, I just don't know about the whole, we'd have to look at our local law that was passed back then by Councilman McQuaid, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Mary
Propose
Ellen,
that
would you
law.
mind digging out that resolution from years ago?
Yes, I'll pull it up.
Okay. And a quick
I think it
question.
might have been passed at about 1:30 a.m., Mary Ellen, if that helps you to look.
Yeah, I think you're about right.
Probably about like 2017,
Was it
maybe?
that early in the
17.
meeting? I thought it was more like
Yeah.
2:30, 3 o'clock.
And one other question. These leases, are they 12,000 miles, 15,000 miles? What do you average?
We're not going
we
to
got
go over
15.
5,000. Rick and I had spoke about that. I don't see us going over 5,000 a year.
So we go
Yeah.
with the lower mileage.
Yeah,
That
We
but
can go with the lower
money as well.
mileage, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they
Okay.
only offer, I think 10,000 is the lowest they'll go.
Yeah, that's your lowest mileage number.
All right, so if he can give us the breakdown with 10,000 miles, then we can,
Yeah.
do it at the next meeting. That
All
sounds
right,
doable.
I'll have a complete breakout by then.
Okay.
And last question. Did you want me to go for a dollar buyout at the end of the lease, or did you want it as a regular lease price? And did
Well, they
you,
always give you a dollar buyout.
huh?
They always give you a residual value, which is a dollar buyout.
Right, they give a dollar amount, but that can be anywhere, you know, depending on what they want for the lease. But did you want a 3 or 4 year lease or 5 year lease? Is there any limit that the board wants as far as, you know, lifespan?
Why don't
3
you
or 4 years?
get both a 3-year and a 4-year, and then we can compare the residual value and see how much more it is.
Okay. And I'll get a hybrid as well. And I'll skip on the electric and get the, again, some other gasoline cars if you like. I didn't want to get anything too small though.
All right, thanks for doing that work, Rick. I appreciate it.
You got it. I'll have a follow everything for you next meeting.
Great job, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, Brian, do you know if anybody's on the call from the Sisters of the Apostolic? You're
Sorry,
muted.
we got 6 people, so and 2 of them are from my office, so you have 4 people. One is Dory, a phone caller, and then there was Steve, who's still on. So no, I don't see anybody unless you recognize a name.
There's a Robert Zidon?
That's my associate.
Oh, that's right. I knew that name sounded familiar.
He can talk
All right.
about it if you'd like to put him on the spot, but I don't think he'll know too much.
I knew the name because we spoke to him the other day.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
Sorry, Robert, my error there. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if they were gonna come tonight, and we're just, I guess, waiting for a planning board to review their application before we will actually either land a zone or not land a zone. So that's that. All right, next item on the agenda is Water District 14 tax bills. Mary Ellen and I had a a little craziness with this, and it was brought to my attention by a gentleman named Neil Gidler, I think it was, Mary Ellen.
Yes,
So if you look at the tax map that you have in your packet, Brian's actually going to put it up on the screen. What happened was in the Water District 14, there are numerous homes that are in the village, but are part of Water District 14, which is a town water district. Brian, can you just go over the village line? Okay, so those lots where the village line intersects, they would charge the tax rate. It was $251 and change, both on the town taxes and the village taxes. So Mary Ellen and I had called up to the county. We essentially got them to adjust the taxes and have what was on the village tax taken off because it's a town water district. And it was just for those lots where it intersected. So that's essentially where we're at. Now, Mary Ellen, because I'm thinking of this and I forget how did we address, the ones that were totally in the village, they stayed on that town tax bill and didn't get removed.
correct. I did the correction errors from the county. I got the official paperwork, so I did them out of, I think it was like nine properties, 10 properties. Everybody paid their tax bill but 3 people. So I sent a letter to the 3 people telling them that they had up till 8 days to pay their tax bill without penalty because it was a correction of errors and they were waiting for it to be changed. Those people that paid their tax bill, I have to refund the $251 to. So I'll be doing that within the next 2 weeks.
Well, when you say those that paid the tax bill, the ones that paid that are in the village.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so they get the refund back. Because the
Right, not,
correction of error
not
was
on,
done.
not on the town parcel. That was like the one we discussed, right? It's just on the
Correct.
village parcel. Okay. All right,
So it's all been taken care of. Everybody's happy. Those that need to get a refund will get their refunds.
okay. And just.
So do we
just
need
so
to make
know,
a motion?
What's that?
No.
Do we need to make a motion to say no?
No, it was
No.
done by, yeah, it was done
Okay.
by tax department and
Okay.
real property. And while we're on that, just so everybody is aware, so we had an issue with the Smith Farm water assessment on their tax bills. Rather than dividing the share up amongst the current lots that exist, they divided it up by the current homes that were occupied and taxed them at a higher rate, which is inconsistent with how the town has done things in the past. So those corrections were made too. So the residents that are there, their taxes were like $1,440 just on the water line item. And those were reduced to, I believe it was 300 and change,
303.
303.
There was
Okay, thank you.
83 correction of errors. 10 homeowners had the 1,400 and the rest were all vacant, not occupied by owners.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mary Ellen.
You're welcome.
Okay, rules for public comment. Do we have public comment?
So if anybody is on the attendee list that would like to speak, you can raise your hand electronically. At this point, we do not have any hands raised. And for the caller, you would need to hit *9 if you would like to raise your hand. We do have Jennifer Carrillo calling.
Carrillo, yep.
Carrillo, okay, so we'll bring Jennifer in to talk. Jennifer, can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Sorry,
Good
I don't
evening,
know
Jen.
why. I have a
Oh,
Hey, Jen.
Wonder Woman there.
nice.
I'm so sorry.
Jen, I like
Wonderful,
that.
and
And I thought that I would have like my face. I'm not really sure why I don't have my face, but okay. That's
you
embarrassing.
know what? You got to, Jen, try in the bottom left-hand corner, see if video is stopped or on.
No, it just allows me to have audio. It doesn't allow me to have video, and I'm on my computer, so.
Yeah, that's just a profile pic that's on there, so it could be whoever last
Yeah.
used it or something
Sorry
like
about
that.
that.
But now we
No
have to
worries,
tell
we're
the
fine with
truth.
it. Go right ahead.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Hey. So anyway, my name is Jennifer Carrillo. I'm here actually. Not only am I a small business owner, I own Harriman Army and Navy in Harriman, New York for 49 years with my mom, Madeline Goldberg. And but I'm also a board member with the Greater Monroe Chamber of Commerce.
Congratulations on that, Jen.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank you very
Fantastic.
much. Thank you.
Moving in a positive direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is I just wanted to come over and pat you guys on the back for three generations. My family has been in this town, and I want to say honestly, I think this is one of the first group of board members that have been behind their local small businesses as much as you guys have. It is absolutely, it's a miraculous feeling knowing that your government has your back, that they're supporting your growth and your contribution in the community. So I want to say that. And I
Thank you.
also,
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jen.
thank you.
I also want to say that you have me willing to bend over backwards to do everything to try to build that growth. I'm working with a great bunch of people on the chamber, and I think we're starting to get our stuff in order and come up with a rhythm and some ideas to make it so that way this community is just a bubble, and we will just continue to grow and contribute and make it just a great place for people to live and raise their kids.
Well, thank you, Jen. I appreciate you taking the time out to join us tonight. And thanks for the nice comments.
We're working on, as you guys know, we're working on that that fundraiser for Monroe, Shop Monroe Everything, and we've had a lot of people purchasing already. I'm going to reach out to you guys and let you guys know where we stand, you know, money wise, and I think soon. I think we're going to have some contributions from local businesses as well to try to get that fund growing a little bit more
That's
too.
great.
That's great,
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
So if there's anything that you need from me, you know where I am, 24 hours, 7 days a week on my compound in Harriman.
And I must say, Jen, you were open today. You braved the weather, and my son went in there and purchased a nice snow hat today, and he was grateful you were even there. So,
Yes.
you know, compliments to you and your family on always being here for us as well.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Thanks, Jenny. Regards to mom too, please.
Thank you. And you too, to your family too, Tony.
All right, thanks.
Okay,
All right.
thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Supervisor, we have the caller. I'll ask them to come in and just identify themselves. The last 3 digits are 031. So we'll bring the caller in. See if we can
Got it.
unmute them. Can you hear me, caller?
Ward Brower, private citizen.
Hello, Ward, you were on.
Hey, Ward.
I wasn't on for the public hearings. I didn't know, we weren't unmuted, but you didn't tell me about star 9 or whatever it was.
Well, the
So
good
I couldn't
news
make any
is
comments.
the good news is they're all continued. But I mean, if you do want to say something, I'm sure the board will listen.
No, I listened and I just wanted to talk to Mike a little bit about the Article 14. And that was about it on that one.
Yeah, Ward.
Other,
So
Mike,
our planner is supposed to have that squared away by the next meeting, and then we'll start the public hearings on that.
right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, I've noticed, attended one planning board meeting at the new meeting hall. And then it dawned on me, there's one thing missing in there. There's no clock on the wall.
Yes, let me just say this, Ward. We have searched for a clock that fits the decor there. And both Jen, Amory Morris, and myself have not come across one that we find. We were informed of that when we first opened the building up. I just don't want to pop up a clock there that just doesn't look, you know, it just doesn't fit the room. So there will be a clock there.
Okay, good.
There will be a clock there in time.
Listen, if any of the residents in town think they have a clock, please submit the picture to the supervisor. And better yet, if you want to donate it, we'll be happy to take it off your hands.
Great idea, Councilman McGinn.
Hey, that's good. Okay, that's it.
All right, Ward. We should have that squared away for the next meeting, okay?
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
have a
you,
good
Ward.
night.
Good night,
Thank you,
Ward.
Ward.
It's funny he brought that up because the last 2 times I was out, I've stopped in, it's got to be 3 or 4 stores just looking for clocks to
I thought you were doing it like the casinos in Vegas, and you just didn't want anyone to know what time it was because they'd be having so much fun.
That's right.
Well, that might be the old board.
That's why they went till 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Believe
but
me,
they
we
didn't
were all
pump
painfully
oxygen into
aware
the
of the
room.
time at that point.
All right.
Hey, listen, just going real quick back to Jennifer calling before. We know how hard our local small businesses have been hurt by COVID, and some of that's some of it's by onerous government regulation, and just some of it has just been the fact that people aren't out. People lost their jobs, and it's really great to hear something like that from a local business person, local businesswoman that's been here for all those years. And you know, kudos to Sal for everything he's done to you know, to get the chamber going and to get us, you know, get business into town, new businesses into town. So, you know, listen, you know, it's good to hear that's appreciated by members of the business community. So we appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes, Al, great job, because you've really brought the chamber back to life, and
Well, if we're gonna continue in a positive direction here with economic development, you need a strong chamber. You know, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
So
Sure.
I believe the chamber we have now is all on board. They're cohesive. They're working together. I talk to a lot of them on a daily basis or weekly basis. They're into it. They're excited, and you know, we just got to keep bringing businesses here. But as we do, we have to keep our small businesses that are existing here in business. So, you know, it's been a challenge, but, you know, with the Hudson Valley Relief Market, and then, you know, Food Truck Fridays help some of the small guys, and, you know, we'll do stuff with the marketplace here at Sacred Heart. We gotta keep coming up with new ideas and doing what we can to better our community. And there's no doubt it's making a difference, you know, so we're doing good things.
Yeah, and it was a great start this past Saturday, the meeting for the market in the old Smith and Striebel
Yeah.
building.
It was a heck of a turnout.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. It was
Exciting to
unbelievable.
see
And
that many people that want to be involved in a project, and that's, you
yeah,
know,
they were positive. And the great part about it, to everyone that isn't aware, is all of those businesses that are going to be operating in there are not businesses that already exist in the village.
correct.
And I know, Sal, you were very diligent in making sure of that. So things are
So whoever
moving forward.
whoever comes here, we have to protect them, you know, and make sure they're successful. But on the same hand, we have to continue to grow as a town and a village.
Yeah, okay. All right, if nobody has anything else, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss a contract
I'll second that motion.
and
okay.
a personnel matter. Okay, you
I'll
second it?
second the motion.
Call the question?
Hingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Gancarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, if anyone is on, you're welcome to stay. We will be back. Brian, you want to explain how it works?
Yes, Supervisor. So I'm going to put the board members on hold that are present in the Zoom. They'll be in the waiting room. We will be having an executive session via phone call, and then we will come back into the Zoom meeting for the purpose of adjournment. Supervisor, we don't expect any votes, or is that, or we may have a vote?
Yeah, we may have a vote, yeah.
Okay. So we'll be back, and we'll be back on the Zoom. So if those of you are logged in, just stay logged in. The board will return after the executive session, just like a normal meeting. So board members, I will put you on hold, and you should have the number to call in for executive session. If you don't, you can text me. I'll send it to you. So we'll see you on the phone in a few minutes. I'll leave all the business to you clerks now.
Thanks,
Be back.
Brian.
I think we're all back.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to come out of the executive session and back into our regular session.
I'll second that.
Okay, call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Gancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay. So, after some discussion, I think there are two motions that we're gonna be making coming out of executive session. Councilwoman Bingham will make the first and Councilman McGinn will make the second.
Okay, I'll make a motion for an ad to be placed for a part-time clerk in the building inspector department. Wording to be finalized by the supervisor and the building inspector, Ben Maldonado. It will be for, salary range would be $16 to $18 per hour. And the number of hours would be no more than 17.5 hours per week.
I'll second that. Any other discussion? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarella, aye.
Again, I,
All right, so moved. Next item, Councilman McGinn.
okay, I'm gonna make a motion to have an ad placed for a part-time clerk to the prosecutor. This person will be handling duties that are, that deal with the handling of pleas, which cannot be handled by the court clerks and the judges, and can only be solely handled by the prosecutor. The position will be part-time. The rate of pay will be 17 an hour, and it will be for 17, not to exceed 17.5 hours per week.
Okay, I'll second that. Any other discussion? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarella, aye.
Begin, I.
Okay, so moved. Two other quick announcements before we adjourn. So the garbage pickup in the town has been canceled for tomorrow. And I had spoken to Tony Completo, and I have to speak to him again in the morning, but most likely we're gonna cancel recyclables on Wednesday. The village has has declared a state of emergency through Wednesday at 4 p.m. And the garbage company does not want to interfere with that because it's essentially an unnecessary vehicle on the road. And I guess after texting with Mayor Dwyer, he had basically informed me that he wanted to give the DPW a little extra time to clean up. So that said, if anybody has anything else to add, go right ahead. No? Okay, so I'll make a motion to adjourn the town board meeting for Monday, February 1st, 2021.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarella, aye.
Begin, I.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks, Mary Ellen and Valerie. Appreciate you guys being patient while we went through that executive session. Thanks, Mr. Nugent.
Good night, everybody. You guys.
Thanks,
Hey, Mr.
Brian.
Nugent.
You did a great
Good night,
job,
ladies.
as always.
Good night, everyone.
Take
Bye-bye.
Good night,
care.
everybody. Good night, Monroe.
Good night, Monroe.